Hello, everybody. Welcome to EduTap, and I hope you all guys are doing absolutely good. So, those who are preparing for 2025 IDAI Grade A exam, this particular video is must for you. In today's video, we will be discussing the previous year question analysis for the year 2017, for the year 2023, and for the year 2024. But before I move forward, my friends, we are providing you free previous year questions PDF for the year 17, 23, and 2024. This previous year questions will help you a lot to strategize your preparation. Moreover, it is a must have document. You can download the previous year questions from the link given in the description box. It's a must have document and it's totally free. Okay, and yes, in this particular video I will not show you the questions which have come in the, I would say, in the past year exams, which have appeared in the past year exams, because that is freely available on the PDF which we are providing to you, right? In this particular video, rather, I will help you with the analysis. Analysis as in that what kind of analysis we can draw from the previous year questions. Okay, so over here our major focus is on analysis, but to show you the exact question, but to show you the exact language of the question, then for that you have to download the previous year question ebook which EduTap is providing you for free, and the link is given in the description box below. Now let's start with the phase 1 first. Now those who are preparing for multiple other exams like RBI, NABARD, SEBI and whatnot, this exam is for you as well, because over here the phase 1 is quite similar, quant, reasoning, English and GA, but the paper pattern is, I would say, a bit different, but that is doable. Okay, now based on the analysis of past year questions, we can see the following analysis point. First is level. Level is easy to moderate. See, those who are preparing for RBI, for them definitely level is very, very high. But for IDAI, the level is similar to NABARD and SEBI exam, because over here the paper level is easy to moderate. Hardly you will see any question which is going in the category of tough. Okay, and there are very less questions which you will say that these questions are tough. Hardly, like I would say, the majority of paper is easy to moderate only, so you do not have to worry about the difficulty level. Then comes your GA. See, 40 marks are allocated to GA itself, so GA becomes the majority of the chunk of this particular paper. Now my friends, if you have to cover GA, then you have to do past 3 months of GA अच्छे से. By अच्छे से I mean you have to cover it holistically. And what kind of GA? Do you have to cover reports, schemes and all that stuff? Yes, you have to cover, but on a surface level. There is no need to go deep like RBI, right? Over here, you also have to remember that 3 months in GA is like banking news, insurance news, budget, economic survey, and basic current affairs will help you a lot. Okay, so the coverage has to be limited of 3 months, but you need to revise it multiple times. Okay, moreover, you have to save your time in GA only, because if you see, you have 90 minutes for all the 4 sections. So try to make sure that you score very high on GA and you try to complete this section very quickly, so that you can focus your attention toward quant, reasoning and English. Next point is related to cutoffs. Now when it comes to the cutoffs of IDAI, let's keep 2017 aside, because I think 2017 is not a good parameter to judge the cutoff, because in that time paper was not that much common and that it was not that much popular as well. But if you see 2023 and 2024, cutoffs are increasing. If you see the sectional cutoff, it is fixed. Sectional cutoff, if I'm not wrong, 25% of a section, which is like 10 marks for each section. Okay, so that is fixed in 2023 and 2024 as well. But the overall cutoff increased. Overall cutoff in 2023 was somewhere around 90s, but then it increased to 2024 to 109. So the overall cutoff increased from 90s to 109. So that's a good, I would say, increase of 20 marks over here. Moreover, my friends, this year also, if the paper level is easy to moderate, we are again expecting that the cutoff will increase, because the exam is becoming popular. When the exam become popular, people practice and they try to score as high as possible. So based on the cutoff trends, yes, you also need to practice a lot right now. Please do not waste your time. Practice as much as you can. Then you have role of sectional and full length mocks. See, my friends, practice as much as you can, but please have a kind of an orientation as in like a walk. For example, if I'm weak in quants, I'm weak in reasoning, then definitely I will practice a lot of, I would say, what stuff related to quant and reasoning. Okay, I will give sectional test of these two components as well. But if I'm comfortable in English, then directly I will attempt English in the full length mocks. So basically it means what? Practice those tests which you think you are weak in those topics. So practice sectional tests for those. But if you think you are weak in, I would say, any other component, or if you are strong in any other component, you can take that particular component in full length mocks also. Basically, you have to do your strength and weaknesses. You have to identify your strength and weaknesses. Once you identify your strength and weaknesses, then plan it accordingly. जिसमें आपकी weaknesses हो, give sectional mocks. If you are comfortable in that particular section, then take that particular mock full length wala. Okay, but you have to practice like hell over here. Then comes no need to fear from quant and reasoning. Q and R basically means quant and reasoning. See, over here, quant and reasoning are of 40 marks each, but over here you do not have to worry like what type of questions they will ask. Basically, if you see the past year cutoffs or the past year trend, I mean, they are asking you questions based on puzzle, DI, data interpretation, basic arithmetic questions like time and work, time and speed, and all that stuff. So you do not have to fear. You do not have to fear of the questions which they are asking, because the type of question which they are asking are quite repetitive, right? So there is no need to fear from quant and reasoning. Just practice on those questions which are kind of repeating in nature. At the same end, the difficulty level as discussed is easy to moderate only. Last but not the least, score as much heavy you can on GA and English. Past year toppers, they specifically say that to clear phase 1 of IDI, GA and English are must do components. You cannot rely on any other component, because what will happen is, if you try to increase your score in quants, which will take a lot of time, but if you try to increase your score in GA, that will take a less time. So use your time available in the exam very judicially and make sure that you are scoring as much as you can on GA plus English, because these will help you to clear the overall cutoff. At the same end, you also have to score above average, I would say, in reasoning and quants as well. Once you do averaging in reasoning and quants, once you score as high in English and I would say what in your GA, you are good to go for phase 1. Okay, so these are the points which we have collected for phase 1. But at the end of the day, my friends, what matters is that you have to practice today, practice tomorrow, and practice day after tomorrow as well. Practice, practice, and practice. That will help you in phase 1. Now, when it comes to phase 2, you have 3 papers over here. Paper 1 is English, paper 2 is ESI impacting insurance, and paper 3 is insurance and management. Now, for paper 1, I would like to call Jaskaran sir. He will give you the brief analysis of English. Then I will continue with management. Over to you, sir.
Yes, sir. See, if we talk about English and if we compare that 2024 paper with 2017 paper, then I would say the trend and the difficulty level has remained almost similar. So there is no, I would say, huge refinement needed as far as the English paper is concerned. Basically, in the English paper, they ask 5 type of questions. The first is letter writing. Fine, where they can ask you the informal and the formal letter. So you have to focus on the structuring of letter. You have to focus on the grammatical errors also that you might commit as a part of your exam. Apart from that, they ask questions from the essay also. For example, last year they asked questions from the artificial intelligence. और एक क्वेश्चन ऐसा आया था इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर से रिलेटेड. वन क्वेश्चन वाज कोड बेस्ड क्वेश्चन, सम काइंड ऑफ आई वुड से philosophy based question. So you need to have some kind of fodder material for these type of components, and for that what you have to do, you have to go to the description box, download the PYQs and try to analyze them, that what are the important themes from where the questions are being repeated. Fine. Then they also ask you question from the precis writing, where they will give you a huge, I would say, essay type thing. They are going to give you a huge content, and you have to concise that content and you have to write it in the form of precis. Apart from that, they give you question from the reading comprehension too. वो हर एग्जाम में सेम ही रहता है. सेम अप्रोच इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन. फाइन. एंड लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, द एक्सपेंशन बेस्ड स्टेटमेंट. सो दे विल प्रोवाइड योर स्टेटमेंट एंड यू हैव टू एक्सपैंड इट, यू हैव टू एलैबोरेट इट, एंड यू हैव टू राइट वर्ड्स ऑन देम. फाइन. सो दैट इज द आइडिया रिगार्डिंग इंग्लिश, एंड दैट इज समथिंग दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड. सो इन ऑर्डर टू समराइज, फर्स्टली try to have fodder material for those components, for those type of themes that are getting repeated in the PYQs. Secondly, focus on the structuring format for essay, the letter writing, so that you do not commit silly errors. And apart from that, the third thing, focus on your grammatical mistakes too. Fine. So these are the key important areas where I would like you to focus upon with respect to English.
Right, sir. So that was a beautiful analysis of English. Now let's move to your next paper, which is insurance and management. Okay. So first we will discuss about insurance and management. Then definitely we will talk about, I would say, ESI impacting insurance as well. Now, when it comes to insurance and management, definitely management plays a bigger role over here. If you see the past year analysis, 65-35, because the paper is of 100 marks, 65 is allocated to management and rest 35 is allocated to insurance. Now for management, these are the basic stuff which you have to remember. In management, basics are important. The definitions, the keywords, all the major headlines, those are important. You do not have to go too deep to understand each and every concept. Just understand the concept from the service level. Then you have weird questions. Weird questions as in some questions are based on numericals, like for example in 2024 there was a question based on management, but it was based on the Zomato's history, like when they started, what is their total turnover, what is their total sales and all that stuff. So if you see, some weird questions can come, but you do not have to worry from them because they are easy. They are in fact scoring if you are good in mathematics. Okay. Then my friend, is the wide coverage is not recommended. Wide coverage as in, like some people, they are like, I will study everything which comes under the definition of management. I will study everything which comes under the definition of motivation, communication, and all that stuff. No, stop doing it. Rather, what you have to do is refer to the PYQs, identify important topics which are being asked in the exam, and refer to those topics only. Like, for example, in communication, there is no question asked from communication models. So, skip that particular topic completely. But in exam, there is a topic called as oral communication, written communication, verbal, non-verbal. So those becomes important. So analysis of PYQs is must, and wide coverage is not, we recommend you at this particular junction. Then these are some important chapters: motivation, chapter 1, communication, leadership. Then you have journal management. In journal management also, limit your scope, like cover planning, cover directing, cover organizing, cover staffing, and cover controlling. There is absolutely no need to cover multiple other topics like decision making, coordination. Those stuffs are important for RBI, but for IDI, I don't think these are important. Moreover, moderately important chapters, now I'm not seeing them as least because some questions are asked in 2017 also from these chapter, but in 2023 2024 hardly any question appeared from corporate governance. HRD, yes, one question, but that was in the option list. You could have skipped this particular topic altogether. But these are some, I would say, moderately important chapters. If you have less time, exam is tomorrow and today you are doing HRD, it's not good. Leave this chapter if you have less time. But these are some basic important chapters which we have discussed before. Then in management, you have to practice up to the word limit of 250 to 300, by which I mean try to write up to 300 words, because see, in the exam you don't have the liberty to write every question up to 300. So even if you write one question up to 250, another question up to 280, another question up to 270, that's fine. There is no need to hit 300 on 300, but you need to practice in that particular range. Now for practice, use examples, use case studies, try to use those words which gives you the mark, like keywords, key themes. Okay. And last but not the least, do not refer to multiple resources. If you are following any course, just do it. If you are doing self-study, L.M. Prasad book is most, I would say, one of the most easiest book to understand. So you can refer to that as well. So these are some important, I would say, analysis from the management perspective. But again, do not try to do everything because that will ruin your career. Rather, try to do majority of things. Majority as in ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा करने की कोशिश करो. हर चीज़ cover करने की कोशिश मत करो. Okay. Now moving to insurance. Insurance is also a part of insurance and management. In insurance again, basics are important. Basic fundamental principles of insurance. What does insurance means? What is the meaning of indemnity? What are different type of risk? What is insurer? Who is your insured? What is surveyor? And all that stuff. Basic पूरा करना ही होगा. There is no shortcut for it. Okay. Again, wide and exhaustive coverage is not recommended. Now, I have seen some students, they are going on legal side of insurance a lot. Like, sir, I will read everything about the history of insurance. Absolutely not needed. Sir, I will go and read all the insurance related acts. Again, not important. Just focus on the basics. That is what the demand of the exam is. And this we are speaking on the basis of previous year questions. Important chapters of IDI in insurance includes Introduction to Insurance. In this, you have to study the topic of principles of insurance. Every now and then a question is appearing from that topic. Functions of insurance, risk management, and insurance production line. These are again important topics. Okay. And least important, or I would say moderately important, GIC and obligatory session, specialist insurance lines in India. Hardly any question is coming from these topics. But if you have less time, skip it. If you have more time, then you can do it for comprehensive coverage. But again, try to do majority of the things, not everything. Okay, and yes, in insurance you only have to practice up to 100 to 150 words, or max to max you can go up to 200. But in your exam, 150 marks was the limit for 2024. Okay, so make sure that you are not practicing insurance to the extent of management, because in management they are asking you questions up to 300 word limit, but in insurance they are asking up to 200 only. So try to limit your word limit, try to reduce your word limit for insurance, and practice smartly. Last but not the least, sync your practice with ESI topics, by which I mean that there are some ESI related topics which you also need to focus on insurance. For example, how insurance works in your, I would say, economic cycle, how insurance works in your, I would say, insurance penetration, how insurance is related to insurance density. Those type of questions you also have to practice. So pick certain ESI topics and then try to relate insurance with it. For example, how insurance helps in financial inclusion, right? So this is a kind of a syncing which you have to do with ESI. Now let's move to the next paper, which is ESI impacting insurance. And to take this session forward, I would like to call Jaskaran sir.
Yes. So with respect to ESI impacting insurance, so the first point, as you can see, basics are important. You cannot afford to skip basics. And when I say basics, first of all, the basics foundational concept that of course you need to know. Apart from that, the syllabus. I would say अगर आपको करना ही है तो सबसे जो पहली प्रायोरिटी होनी चाहिए वो सिलेबस की होनी चाहिए. उसके बाद ही आप बाहर जाइए, कोई एडिशनल कंसेप्ट आप पढ़ना चाहते हैं, then you can go for that. But first and foremost priority should be the syllabus only. Now the second point regarding the unconventional questions that can also be asked. Unconventional questions मतलब लास्ट ईयर एक क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया था जो कि हम एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहे थे, फॉर एग्जाम्पल रिलेटेड टू सॉवरेन ग्रीन बॉन्ड्स. अलग सा क्वेश्चन आ गया था और बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए एक सरप्राइजिंग टाइप क्वेश्चन था, बिकॉज मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि सॉवरेन ग्रीन बॉन्ड के बारे में नहीं पता होता स्टूडेंट्स को, बट रिडाई के पेपर में ईएसआई इंपैक्टिंग इंश्योरेंस के पेपर में वो क्वेश्चन आना थोड़ा अनकन्वेंशनल था. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट देयर वर अनदर क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू, आई वुड से, इम्पैक्ट ऑफ डिपॉजिट क्रंच ऑन इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर. देन देयर वाज अ क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू सेंट्रल बैंक डिजिटल करेंसी ऑल्सो. तो इस तरह के क्वेश्चन थोड़े अनकन्वेंशनल क्वेश्चन पूछ लेते हैं, चाहे वो स्टैटिक टाइप से हो या फिर वो करंट अफेयर रिलेटेड हो. एंड देन कम्स द थर्ड पॉइंट विच इज रिगार्डिंग द करंट अफेयर ओनली, दैट डू नॉट स्किप करंट अफेयर्स एट एनी कॉस्ट, स्पेशली द स्कीम्स. इफ यू सी द 2017 पेपर, over there multiple number of schemes were asked. For example, प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना, आयुष्मान भारत, और 2024 में भी स्कीम पूछी उन्होंने. हालांकि स्कीम का नंबर कम हो गया, बट इसका मतलब बिल्कुल नहीं है दैट यू हैव टू टेक दिस पोर्शन लाइटली, बिकॉज 2017 में एंड 2023 में भी a lot of questions were asked from the schemes. So you cannot afford to skip schemes. Last year a question was asked from scheme with respect to Vaya Vandana योजना. Fine. So schemes एक ऐसा एरिया जो आप किसी भी तरह स्किप नहीं कर सकते. फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी आपकी होनी चाहिए जो इंश्योरेंस रिलेटेड स्कीम्स है, उसके बाद जो अदर सेक्टर्स की स्कीम है, यू हैव टू फोकस अपॉन दैट. फाइन. नाउ नेक्स्ट, द इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर दैट आर एसोसिएटेड विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ईएसआई इंपैक्टिंग इंश्योरेंस. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हैव इकोनॉमिक कैपिटल एंड इकोनॉमिक इंपैक्ट ऑफ रिस्क ट्रांसफर. तो यहां से पिछले साल भी क्वेश्चन आए थे एंड 2023 में भी क्वेश्चन आए थे. फाइन. 2017 में भी क्वेश्चन आए थे. देन अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट हियर वी हैव इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ एंड इंश्योरेंस पेनिट्रेशन, अगेन अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक, clearly mentioned as a part of your syllabus, and a lot of questions were asked in the PYQs. Then last but not the least, you have to practice up to 100 to 300 word answers. Fine. So basically अगर हम लास्ट ईयर का पेपर देखें, फाइन, अगर हम 2023 का पेपर देखें तो उसमें जो हमारी वर्ड लिमिट थी ईएसआई इंपैक्टिंग इंश्योरेंस के लिए वो थी, मिनिमम वर्ड वाज 80 वर्ड्स एंड द मैक्सिमम वर्ड वाज 250. बट 2024 में हमने ये ऑब्जर्व किया कि उन्होंने वर्ड लिमिट इंक्रीज कर दी है, जबकि टाइम सेम रहा है. सो 80 वर्ड्स को उन्होंने बना दिया 100 वर्ड का क्वेश्चन एंड 250 वर्ड्स वाले को बना दिया 300 वर्ड्स का क्वेश्चन. एंड यू विल बी क्लियरली एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई दिस थिंग्स वंस यू डाउनलोड द पीवाईक्यूज. फाइन. तो मैं चाहता हूँ आप पीवाईक्यूज देखें ताकि आपको वर्ड लिमिट का अंदाजा रहे एंड यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द ट्रेंड एंड पैटर्न विद रिस्पेक्ट टू दिस एग्जाम इन अ वेरी प्रिसाइज मैनर. फाइन. सो दैट इज द आइडिया एंड दीज आर द लर्निंग्स एंड आई होप you will be able to add these insights as a part of your strategy, and that is it from my end. But before we conclude this session, let me share you that how basically EduTap can help you as a part of your overall journey with respect to this IRDAI grade A examination. Fine. So EduTap basically provides you courses. Two type of courses are there. The first is the gold course and the second is the silver course. What do we provide as a part of the gold course? In the gold course, it is very exhaustive. We provide you the components related to phase 1 as well as the phase 2 preparation. But let us say there is somebody who's very much confident with phase 1 and he thinks he's comfortable with Q, R, E and GA section. So what basically he can do, he can purchase silver course which is exclusively for the phase 2 preparation. As a part of this I would say courses, we are going to provide the live classes. We are going to provide the recorded classes also. Apart from that, there will be sectional test and the full length test, and most importantly, the solved PYQs. Fine. And last point is regarding the weekly mentor talk, जहां पर आपको कोई भी डाउट है, कोई भी क्वेरी है, आप किसी भी समय मेंटोर से बात कर सकते हैं. You just have to send an email and we will be available to you, and you can contact us at any point of time and you can get your queries clarified. Fine. So that is the idea. So you can go to a website, and currently a discount is also running on our website, which is you just have to apply this discount coupon EDAI15 and you will get flat 15% off on this course. And you can of course purchase it for different validities, 12 months, 18 months and 24 months. Fine. All up to your need. So that is it from my end. I hope the video was helpful to you. So please, any concluding message from your end?
Right. Now this discount of 15% is a very low discount. So do not purchase this course at this much price. Usually we tell the students to call us on our helpline. You can definitely call us on our helpline and you will get more discounts on that. Okay. Or you can write your doubt on hello@edutap.co.in as well. Okay. So do not try to give a higher price to this particular course. Rather ask for more discounts. Okay. So that's it. If we have, I would say number as well. Yes, it's 8146207241. So just call us on this number. You might get a higher discount as well. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this particular video. Let's end this video. Have a good day ahead.